Ride the rim, please. Don't.
Hi guys, welcome to the June issue of GQ. My name is Jason Alexander Bassan and I'm the Executive Fashion Editor. So we decided to take the style of local iconic musicians like Black Coffee, Casper Nyovest, Jimmy Nevis, a couple of other guys, and use that as the basis for education around styling yourself. Okay, so first up we have Black Coffee. I mean, he's probably one of the easiest guys to kind of incorporate into your own personal style, and the quintessential item for that is a blazer. So as you can see, I've got my jeans on, I've got a tee, but I can quite easily kind of throw a shirt over this, which Black Coffee always often does, a little shirt, a t-shirt under a shirt, and then just quickly throw a blazer over it, and you're good to go. Okay, so next up is Jimmy Nevis. Now, Jimmy is quite an interesting character. He's someone who I would refer to as a bit of a fashion eccentric. He loves his local designers, loves to mix things up and play with more kind of bold fashion statements. So as you can see, I've got my skinnies on today with a bit of a sort of tight roll on the ankle, which gives me a bit of a cropped length and a skinnier leg. And then what he would do is kind of sort of pair that with like an overlong or a big coat, just to add some more volume on the top. So as you can see, it gives you an interesting kind of play on volume and proportion when you start playing with those different dimensions. Then we have someone like KO, whose kind of mission statement in style is to really play with those extremities of kind of like street, kind of Kwaito Pansula inspired kind of style, and something that's very kind of like more contemporary, modern hip-hop. I think for him, what a really good starting point is kind of like a trackie, but like a fashion trackie, and then like pimp it up with a huge pair of like really bold sneakers. Cool, so in our manual story in this month's issue, we talk about prints, how to wear kind of more bold or outrageous prints, how to wear them more formally, but also how to pair them, because I think that's something that a lot of guys struggle with, is if you're wearing a print, what other items of clothing can you wear it with? Or if you're trying to match prints or mismatch prints, how do you go about doing that? So if you take this shirt, for instance, nice little plaid number, it's got all these beautiful colors that you can play with. So you've got these lovely blues, these kind of more tealy, turquoisey greens, and some kind of more darker navy charcoal details. Quite a bold, sort of maybe outrageous for some guys, print that is kind of toned down and made more kind of neutral by this beautiful bold color on top. So following on from that, you can also think out of the box. So you don't necessarily have to pair prints with prints. You can also pair prints with kind of, like a printed slogan tee or something like that. So if you're a more kind of serious, down-to-earth kind of guy and you're in a work environment and you're trying to think about what ties to pair with your shirts. For instance, if you've got this check shirt, you'll notice that if you go in a little closer, within the check, there's also kind of like a micro polka dot detail that's going on. So what I like to do when I'm pairing prints is to find a tie. I wouldn't necessarily go for a bow tie if I was in a work environment, but is to look at that sort of micro polka dot detail that's on the tie and kind of pair it with that. You've also got quite a cool little color scheme going on here. Every now and then we find these lovely big kind of bold window pane prints. So with a big bold check like this, a really easy simple thing to do, just pair it with a clean crisp white shirt. So if you're really into the whole idea of print matching and pairing and clashing, the other thing you can do is think about the size and proportions of the prints that you're playing with. So for instance, here we've got this huge window pane check. You could pair it, going back to this shirt, with a micro check. So this might not be the most ideal color combination, but it's very business-like, and it's a nice play on like the really micro print detail and the large check detail. And of course, if you are a bit of a fashion eccentric like Jimmy Nevis, then you need to think about your accessories quite carefully. So we've got a lovely Simon & Mary hat, local produce, and it's a nice little accessory to kind of throw on top of your kind of play on proportions that you would be doing if you were a big fan of Jimmy Nevis's style. Alright, so that's it from the June issue of GQ. You're going to have to pick up the issue, which is out on shelves now, to find out all the rest of the education and to see all the beautiful pictures. So, good luck styling.